Hello and welcome back to what is the finale of the prelude adventure of Master Nyarlathotep, a Call of Cthulhu actual play, presented by Steady Rolling Men. You left us last time facing down a horrific pool of fat with unknown numbers of Karasiri stalking the pyramid. How will we proceed? Will we succeed? Let's go to our Keeper's Secrets and find out.
After making your way along a perilous mountain path, you finally found yourself on the plateau of rock upon which stood the pyramid Larkin sought, the Arcade de Huaca. During the final leg of your journey, you witnessed through your field glasses some kind of vile, disgorging ritual taking place at the pyramid, involving two Karasiri you had previously seen in the valley, which turned your stomach and filled you with foreboding about what you might find when you reached your destination. Your nerves were not calmed by what Jacob observed shortly afterwards in the mysterious golden mirror. After searching the pyramid compound and witnessing, amongst other things, a charnel pit filled with human corpses, you ventured below ground down one of the numerous chimney-like structures into the stinking tunnels below. After defeating a conquistador Karasiri and another of the odious fat grubs you had first encountered back in Lima, finally you located what you were searching for. You were standing hunched over in a low underground passage in front of a fetid pool of rancid white fat that is seeping through a 2-inch wide crack in the wall to your left. The stench is terrible and threatens to overpower you despite the headscarves that you've tied around your faces. Bloated blowflies are everywhere. You have discovered that the walls that encircle the base of the pyramid here are inlaid with golden inlay that matches the piece you were given by Sanchez back in the museum in Lima. The very same piece that was pried out of the wall in front of you some 500 years ago by Luis de Mendoza and his fellow conquistadors. Pondering your next move and how you can possibly go about replacing the damaged wall, you try to block out the dreadful alien sounds that seemingly emanate from beyond the walls. You cannot help but feel that something gargantuan and damnable lurks beyond, and hope beyond hope that you never get to find out what the thing Jacob saw in the mirror really was. As you stare at the dripping fat, you are disgusted to see one of the vile white lava squeezing its writhing protoplasmic form through the crack in the wall and then dropping into the rancid pool with a sickening plop, immediately disappearing without a trace below the surface. Okay, you were contemplating your next move.
Right.
Does that give us any indication as to how deep the pool might be, the fact that it sort of dropped into it and disappeared?
Well, the fact that it did that makes you realise straight away that it is actually a pool rather than just being fat on the surface of the corridor. So yeah, you feel that indicates that it's probably
There's
deep.
depth there.
Yeah, exactly.
But it also says that it's not necessarily the fat that we need to worry about, it's what's in the fat. So we could potentially touch the fat itself, because it's maybe just like the liquid food. Not that really helps that much, because if those creatures are in there, you can't go wading through it.
Yeah, you remember seeing, as you've looked into the pool, you've already seen like disturbances, kind of, and like there are things already in the pool moving around. So you think there's probably more than one of these. Now that you've seen one drop in, you figure there's probably more than one of those in there.
We should probably stand back a little bit. Let's stand back a little bit when we're talking about this.
I think you already did that. I think you did that. But that's what I am. You said that you moved away from it, and we're discussing what you're going to do next.
And how far from the edge of the pool is the gap where we need to put the gold?
How far is it? The pool is the corridor is 10 foot wide. The pool is about. Let's check. It covers the whole of the corridor from a width perspective. And it's about 5 foot either side. And
the corridor was fairly low, was it?
Low. It's a 4 foot. Yeah, it's only 4 foot high, so you have to.
You couldn't jump it then.
No, you wouldn't be able to jump it because you can't get any height.
Is there any on the wall with all the gold? Is there any? I'm thinking about whether you can sort of what's the word? Is it rappel? Sideways along the wall. Is there anything to get your toes and fingers into to latch onto?
The thing about because the corridor's like 10 foot wide though, so you wouldn't be able to kind of. You mean actually climbing along the wall? You mean?
Yeah, I don't mean rappel, do I? I mean where you go parallel along you go along the wall.
Reverse.
Okay. Reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
climb.
put it this way.
Like free climbing, but
Yeah, put it this
Yeah.
way: the wall is quite. There are quite a lot of there's quite a lot of deposits built up, and it's quite uneven, and some of the stones are kind of stick out a little bit farther than others. So you probably, if you're adept at climbing, then that might be a possibility. But you obviously have to take into consideration that once you get close to the crack, then there's quite a lot of moisture around. It's quite slimy, and there's quite a lot of it'll be really difficult once you got over the pool to actually. You think that was going to be the most difficult bit?
You don't want to fall in.
I used to be a reasonable climber as in my younger days, but I think it might be beyond me now.
Lex, do we think that burning this off is? I know we've already discussed this, and you didn't think it was a good idea, but is there no way that we could do that?
yeah, I mean, if we do set this fat alight, we need to leave and then come back. I think we don't know what oxygen source we have down here. We could easily end up deoxygenating the area, and then we're absolutely stuck.
Also, we don't know how much fat there is. You burn this off, there may be a whole pyramid full, so it might burn for weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just try. I mean, yeah.
I mean, if we could put something over the pool, at least then whatever was in there couldn't crawl out, like netting or something like that, or a tarpaulin.
I want to build a big wooden platform.
Yeah, or something that functions as a boat almost.
Yeah, like some sort of raft. Yeah.
Was there anything scattered around the top side that we could use?
You didn't see any wood really. It's all everything on the surface was all stone.
You carry one of the stone lids down, and drop it in. How many of those go?
We don't know how deep. I guess we don't know how deep it is, do we?
Or we find out how when we start dropping them in. Drop one in edgeways and see how far down it goes.
Weren't there about 2 or 3 of them? Because there were several shafts, and most of them, those the capstones for the shafts. I think there was only one shaft that didn't have a capstone, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that's exactly right. So there are 5 that do.
Yeah, so we should use those.
What, you mean just drop them in and see if they?
Well, they'll either be deep enough or not. We'll soon find out.
It will displace the fat, but it'll also squash any grubs that are in there.
And create stepping stones, maybe.
Things they're going to jump straight at and start climbing up your leg, aren't they?
Yeah. And you've obviously still got burns over you, both you and Lex, from when the last one that you just encountered.
I'm a little reticent to do that.
And was that the grub that did it rather than the fat?
And it was grub juice.
I'm wondering if we're looking at a pool of grub juice.
It's almost like the grub and the fat are almost one and the same, in as much as the grubs almost look like kind of just living fat, if that makes sense.
So falling into that might be fatal.
Well, yeah.
Well, even if the grubs aren't there. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Or it's just assumed that it's all acid. So from the edge of the pool, how far is it to the gap where we would have to place the gold again?
Yeah, I'm just checking that now. So just to be clear, then, so the gap, the actual the corridor is 10 foot wide, and the fat pool is all the way across that. The actual length of the fat is 15 feet. So it's about 7.5. Yeah, 7.5 feet.
Right.
It's more or less in the middle, because obviously that's the source.
Right.
Okay. A couple of capstones, lined up, in that 7 foot would probably be enough to get close to it, close enough.
Yeah, the capstones that you saw were probably about 4 inches thick. So it depends. Obviously, if you put a couple of those on top of each other, it would. If the pool is any more than than 8 inches deep, they're just gonna they're gonna sink in. But you don't know at this stage how deep the pool is, so that's the risk.
Anyone got a stick?
What about a sword?
Got the rapier, yeah.
Very good point. Put that in. Push it into the.
I'll go and
see how deep it is.
Yeah, I'll go to the wall where with the gaps on. And find the nearest point to the edge of the pool.
Just right in the corner, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, close to the gap as possible, really, and just tentatively from a distance, as arm extended and rapier out as far as possible. Just put the tip into the
and push it down
into the pool and gently push it down, just to explore how deep it might be.
Okay.
Can you keep an eye out, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
you
think
start to push the
someone get ready to pull Jacob back.
I'll do it really slowly so as hopefully not to disturb whatever might be in the pool,
Okay.
inch by inch.
I'm going to be watching behind us while this is happening. 'Cause this would be a great time for us to get
Yeah.
crept up on.
Okay, so you're looking back up the corridor, back up the tunnel that you came down, Douglas. At the moment, all you can see in that tunnel is just a rope, which is just hanging silently halfway down, which marks where one of the chimneys that because you dropped a rope down each one, didn't you? If you remember.
Yeah.
But all is quiet. So the rapier blade goes in inch by inch until it's gone down a foot, and there's no sign of any resistance. You can just keep pushing it down.
Only maybe another 6 inches. I think.
Okay, you
anything
push another.
Yeah.
Push another 6 inches down, and there's still no sign of it hitting the bottom.
I don't think those capstones are going to help us, gentlemen. We'd need. Well, I haven't hit the bottom yet. It's at least a foot and a half deep, probably more.
Okay, so you see some kind of disturbance in the fat quite close to where you're putting the rapier in, like some sort of moving.
I'm out of there.
Okay, so you quickly pull out the rapier, and all the congealed fat kind of drips off the blade, and you see the surface of the pool like rippling. But nothing untoward happens other than that. Obviously, you're almost like getting used to the smell now, but there's still a load of flies around here.
Right.
So
what we need to do then is we split up. 2 of us make our way around via the tunnels to the other side of the pool. We throw rope across, and then we can secure it so that somebody can use the rope to go across the wall and put it in that way so that they're above. We can't jump over, so we have to go round to be able to do that.
What you mean? We hold a rope at either end and somebody stands on it?
No, stand on it, or they can, if we can knock it into the wall or secure it somehow, they could use it by putting their feet against the wall and holding on to the rope to move themselves across.
Oh, I see.
Or we could.
It'd have to be really taut. You could have 2 ropes, couldn't you? You could have one at sort of foot height to be able, and one at a bit which you could perhaps stand on.
Yeah.
And one a bit higher up to hold on to.
That's a really good idea.
You'd have to get it really, really taut though, because it's a 15-foot gap, isn't it?
We're going to have to go back to. If we're going to do that, we'll have to go back to the mules and get some of the kit, because we've got spikes that you brought, haven't we?
Yeah.
And hammers. So we could just hammer it in with hammer spikes in either side, and then secure the ropes on those.
We could, but won't we be hammering the spikes into the wall, which the gold's got to go into?
Put it into the floor.
Or lower down.
Well, it's okay as long as we.
Lower down and above it.
And it also doesn't matter as long as we don't take the gold out. Damage the gold.
Well, we'll damage it. So that's what I'm worried about. It seems to be functioning as a barrier to keep something in. I'm a bit reluctant to start hammering into it and damaging it.
Yeah, it's not all. The whole wall isn't gold, though, is it? It's just
it's just a band that runs around it about just above waist height. Yeah.
But the effect of hammering the spikes into the wall below the gold band may loosen.
It may do.
The rest of the band that's there.
I'm open to other ideas.
I think it's the best one.
I like that idea. Lex, what do you think?
I don't have anything better. That's the honest answer. The only thing that does worry me is that we still have a potential for being attacked. There's one Karasari remaining somewhere, as well as whatever's in there. So it's pointing at the fat.
Yeah. Well, the only advantage we have got is if we're down here, that we can only be attacked from 2 directions.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have any desire to be down here for any longer than we need to be, bearing in mind that it's not far.
What is the time now?
Well, it's close to dusk. Probably about half an hour till dusk.
We haven't got enough time to do it unless we work into the night to do this.
Well, we're here now, so we might as well get it done, haven't we?
Yeah.
Does night matter down here?
Got nowhere else to be, but also it doesn't matter whether it's light or dark. It's dark down here regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only disadvantage is that when we put this in and then start to leg it away from here, we'll be moving away in the dark before we make camp. Because I don't think we will make camp here.
No, that is very true.
But it might be easier just to work through the night and then, hopefully having succeeded to leave at first light. I suspect it's an all-night job anyway.
Yeah, quite possibly.
It's
Sounds
going to
like
be.
it.
It's going to take a long time, isn't it? It's not going to be easy, is it?
Well, but if nothing else, we need to work. Shall we start by all of us mapping this so that we can find our way to the other side? So we don't split up. We'll all go find the route, and then once we've mapped it and we know the way,
Yeah.
we'll go back, get the gear, then split up into twos and come back on either side.
Soonest started, soonest finishing. Let's do it, Douglas.
Right,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah, Darren, just
Yeah.
can you remind me? Can you see on roll 20? Can you see the
Hmm.
blue dice with the 90 on it
The blue dice with a 90 on it.
on the desktop? I'm
No,
just
I
trying to
can't,
work
no.
it. Oh,
No, I can't.
can you?
I can't.
Do we
I
know
can't see
roughly
it.
where we are? So the barrier. Oh, I've got saw that.
See,
Pinged it, yeah.
the pings work. Whee! The pings work.
Yay! Where
Right,
roughly where are
You're
we?
here.
Right.
Okay. Well, actually, no, that's not true. Here.
Next to the pyramid.
Here. Here.
And the barrier is sort of pretty much follows the shape of the
The
base of the
barrier
pyramid.
goes all the way around. Yeah, all the way around the bottom, the outside of the pyramid. So so you've come down. Basically, you've started. If you look at where you came down. Hold on, let me just give you.
Kind of like
You came. So that's the open pyramid. The open.
Yeah.
So that's the open chimney.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you come all the way along to the far side over here. Yeah. Well, there's another chimney there. You can see where your rope hung down. Then you came from there. You went down to the bottom here.
Oh, I got it. Oh,
Yeah.
So we've almost gone around the whole circumference. We've only just got
and then halfway along there, that's where the pool of fat is there.
Okay.
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 So you need to go back to you're kind of standing around on this corner at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you need to go back up here, past where the skeleton on the floor was with the grub, up to that top, and then you'd go back along to here.
Yeah, and then down the wiggly bit.
And then down there,
better turn left.
then there, then there.
Yeah.
So that all the way around the outside. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to retrace right back round there and go to the other side of the pool. Are we all together?
Yeah. just
Except
to make
when
sure
so when you get to this point here, yeah, in the top right hand corner,
Mhm.
the corridor actually carries on here. So then that's where you came in, and then it goes down to this thing here,
Right.
which is where you first entered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you didn't go south because you thought that this charnel pit, sorry, you didn't want to go and see that. But when you got to this bit here, there was one more corridor that went right to here, but that's where that carasserie came out of. And there was a chamber down there, but you haven't been in there yet.
Oh, right. And there isn't a way round to the other side as far as we can tell yet.
Yeah, so if you from here, you go to here, and then the corridor goes down as well as a T junction there.
Right. Oh, okay. So got you.
Yeah.
Should we go and check out that chamber first? Seeing as we're all virtually going to be walking past it.
Yeah. Let's clear the dungeon.
I think if we're all together, we do stand a better chance of defeating another carasserie.
I'm far more
'Cause we know
interested in
there's
that
one
thing
here.
down. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're going to go. You want to go back up past the skeleton to that, and then along here past your rope that's dangling down there.
Yeah.
And then you want to get to this T junction here, and instead of going down south, you can just carry on past where you came in, and then
we
find out what this
suspect that's
chamber
where-
is down here.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where the carasserie sleeps tonight, I suspect. So that might be where they rest up if they need to rest up. I think from now on you should call it the carnal pit because that makes it sound much more appealing.
I want to go there more than I did before. So it's,
Yeah.
I do think if there's more than one carasserie in that chamber beyond, maybe it would be a good time for the dynamite.
No.
Not down here.
I know we don't want to disrupt any of the
Be
gold
anyone.
seal.
No.
But
No.
Last
I'm more
resort.
concerned about. I'm more concerned about a really narrow passageway throwing dynamite and then everything collapsing on us.
Yeah. Not when we were here. Deal when we're up top and out of the way.
Right. Okay.
If the fuse will be that long. I'm going to have a 6-inch through fuse and throw it like a grenade.
Okay. You head back. Obviously, stooped all the way. You head back you head back north and then east along the top part of the pyramid. And then instead of tracing around to the south, you carry on past the original chimney that you came down, and then head on towards that chamber. Who's going first? 10-foot wide corridor, by the way.
I guess with the same.
What's your formation?
Our formation is myself and Lex, I guess.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll just check the magazine on the Colt 1911, make sure I'm fully loaded, and then we'll head off.
I'm going to clean the rapier, by the way, get rid of the fat that was on it.
Okay.
I'm going to put the shotgun away because I'm obviously rubbish with it, and I will pull out my Colt as well.
Yeah, I've got my revolver handy.
Okay, Lex and Douglas, you kind of advance slowly and cautiously forward up with your guns in your hands. The chamber is open. It's got like an archway that enters into it. Kind of step into the doorway. You can see that the chamber is a plain, stone-lined room, approximately 20 by 20 feet by 20 feet. You're shining your torches around it. There are 3 filthy reed mats on the floor. 3, yeah. But the rest of the room is piled high with a miscellaneous collection of coins, jewelry, watches, and ancient golden artifacts of all types, ages, and values, from the contemporary to pre-Incan. Almost all of the items look to be gold.
Oh,
Wow.
There's another.
I'll look behind us.
How many bagfuls are there, roughly?
Okay, we all go into the room then, yeah?
We've all gone in with very different questions. Like, how many bagfuls? Is there another exit?
Okay, the answer to the question, is there another exit, is no.
Okay.
How many bagfuls? Yeah, a lot. I mean, you don't, even with all of the carrying capacity that you have with all of the mules that you've got, you don't reckon you'd be able to carry all of this that's in here?
Okay.
Jackson sort of like whistles as he comes in. Wow, gee. So there was treasure here after all.
This is worth a fortune.
Yeah.
I'm looking around. Is there anywhere for anybody to hide?
No, there's not. Oh well, unless they're hiding under all of the gold.
It's Karasuri 3 then.
Yeah, I mean the 3 reed mats that are on the floor look suspiciously like beds.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And you know that one of them came out of here, but there's no sign of the other one.
Can we use these reed mats just to lay on top of the fat? They're not going to support anything, but they would stop one of the grubs leaping out at whoever's trying to put the gold back.
Yeah. That could work. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know how much stuff is in here, but it doesn't take anybody with any kind of understanding of value. Just think there's got to be, you've got to be looking at north of $100,000 worth of gold in it.
Well, let's not concern ourselves with that at the moment. It's no use to anybody if we're all dead. So, turning aside from that, did the Karasuri that attacked us match one of the ones that we saw earlier?
Yeah. You saw 2 Karasuri. You saw one that was quite conquistador looking. The other one was more Peruvian native with the sombrero and the colourful clothing, and that's the one that's carrying the body over his shoulder.
Right, so more contemporary. No, the reason why I ask is if the one that attacked us was one that was lingering here and the other 2 had actually left, we were assuming that he was one of the 2 that we'd seen earlier, but if it turns out he was.
Yeah, it's 2, not 3 or more.
But it does mean, though, that there is still one wandering around, at least one wandering around. This is all very interesting. Yeah. This doesn't really help us, does it?
It doesn't. I mean, sooner or later, I think we're going to encounter that Karasuri before we leave. So I think we just have to get on with the job in hand and keep guard as much as we can.
Well, I mean, it's a guess, but he's unlikely to be behind us because we've cleared that path. So as we move forward,
he can come down any of the chimneys. That's the difficulty. We're just going to constantly have to have someone on guard at the front and someone on guard at the back.
Yeah. Yep. Right. Shall we get moving? Because again, we're wasting time.
Are we going back to the pool now, so we can finish mapping
to the other side of the pool?
Yeah, we're going to the T junction and we're heading south.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. You head south. You head south to here, and then west to here. When in the mid, and then you see there's another chimney there where you've got a rope hanging down.
Mm-hmm.
Then you head down here, again past another chimney, and then you head all the way down, and it just literally go all the way down the outside. And then as you turn this corner at the bottom right of the pyramid, you can see Fat Pool halfway down here. So there's It literally just traces the outline of the bottom of the pyramid.
Right, okay, so we
And
know
it's
our
the
way around.
last chimney you just referred to. Is that the one closest to the fat pool?
This one here, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple. There's that one there, and there's this one over here. They're both quite close to it.
Okay.
Right, so the only place that we haven't been is down towards the
Yeah.
tunnel pit.
You came in here. And
Yeah.
there's a corridor which goes down in this direction, which you figure, because Stanton saw that there was a tunnel that went out at the bottom of the top of the charnel pit. So you reckon there must be a tunnel that goes like from here up to here.
Right. So do we investigate that tunnel?
It seemed to take us to the charnel pit.
No.
No.
The only
think we
place
leave it.
we haven't been
Yeah, I
is the
agree.
southwest corner of the compound.
Well, over
I
here,
don't know
yeah.
I don't know what we might find down there, but we don't know yet. So
I don't think we need to worry about anything else. We know what we want to do. Let's just do it.
I think so. I think the longer we're here, the greater the chances of the Caraceri encountering us.
Okay. So we're
Yeah.
not going to check. We don't want to check the last tunnel.
No, I don't think so. We know
fine,
where
let's-
we know where there's enough to make this worthwhile, and we know
Mm.
where we can get the protective.
Gentlemen, I was
Wall
just thinking, I wonder if we
gone.
could slightly refine our plan. If we've got spikes, is it possible to knock them into the wall, stand on one, then knock another one another couple of feet further on, and just
Yeah, just
it's
use
a
them as
little bit more
footholds
secure
rather than
than-
rope.
Yeah, that's a good shout,
Or
actually.
footholds. I thought that was going to
Yep.
be the plan with the rope. Is you knock them in, tie the rope around, and that goes in
I
between.
mean, we can use rope to
Right.
secure the person as well. But
Yeah, so
the
they
more-
don't fall in.
If we put the spikes in, we could just hold the rope at either end, just so they can hold on to that as a hand hold.
yeah,
If we held it taut.
okay.
as long as we don't
Let-
have to let
let's
go
go
of the
and get
rope
the,
halfway through.
Get the equipment down here.
Okay, who's going up?
All of us.
Okay, and which
We are not
tunnel?
splitting the party. We'll
Where
go
are
up
you
the one that we came in.
Should we
the
go
open one
the
here.
closest one?
What, this one here?
Makes no odds, does it? We might as well go up
Yeah.
that one. Fine.
I was thinking, yeah.
You left the you left the tops off, didn't you?
Yeah, we
Yes.
did.
Yeah.
Emergency exits for all of them.
And we
Yeah.
left ropes on them all as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, who is going to ascend the rope first?
I'll go up first.
Okay.
I'll go
Right.
second.
Okay. First of all, if you remember, there's like a sloping sloping passageway which you then have to negotiate, and then there's the rope. So you don't have a rope in all the sloping passageways because you obviously you couldn't do that. So you only have them like down the vertical
At the top.
shafts.
Yeah.
But you can scramble. It's a 60-degree passageway, so you can scramble up there relatively easily.
Mhm.
And then you come to the small kind of landing area, which is very similar to the previous one that you saw. And then you can see your rope. It's just hanging limply. So who's going up first?
X.
Lex. Okay, Lex. Can I have a? It's more of a strength roll than a climb roll more than anything else. So either really strength or climb.
Thanks all day. That is a hard success.
Okay, so you absolutely you grab hold of the rope, and using your huge biceps, you pull yourself up quite easily. Obviously, use your feet on the side of the chimney as well. You manage to get up to the dot, and it is almost dark outside now when you reach the top. So the visibility is quite low. It feels pretty chilly up here as well now. You're like out in the kind of windswept highlands. You can feel that it is probably close to freezing up here. What are you going to do when you get to the top?
I'll just move to the side so that plenty of space for the next person to come out, and just look around with my torch, make sure there's no one near the exit.
Can you make a spot hidden roll, please?
No, I cannot.
Okay. Listen roll, please. No, nothing. Okay. All you can hear is the wind, and you're kind of shining your torch around.
With that roll, I'm not even sure I could hear the wind.
Okay, you're waiting. You've been up on the surface for about maybe no more than 30 seconds, and you're obviously waiting for the next colleague to come up. When suddenly, from your right, so in this direction, the kind of the charnel pit area, you're suddenly aware of a figure. Before you can really do anything, the figure is running at full speed towards you. Did you have your gun out?
Torch in one hand, gun in the other.
You wouldn't have your gun out. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Before you're able to do anything, you didn't really see or hear it coming, and the figure that approached you with amazing speed, really shocking speed. You see like a bestial, gaunt figure with raging eyes aflame with hatred. The Carasiri's sombrero falls to the floor as it speeds towards you. It's nothing more than a kind of cadaverous creature, emaciated, savage, vicious looking. But it could taken you completely by surprise. And it, with a horrible scream, it kind of flings itself at you. Okay, do you want to... You can't dodge your fight back because you were surprised, but luckily, fate is on your side. And just at the last second, the Karasiri catches its foot in some of the loose gravel as it launches itself towards you, and it falls short. Okay, it lands on the ground just short of you, like it's hissing and spitting. What are you going to do? It's now...
I will bellow Kalasiri at the top of my lungs, and I hope that everyone else hears me. Not that that's going to matter, because they're definitely going to hear 3 shots from the 45.
Okay, so you're just checking your decks. Okay, you raise your gun, but unfortunately the feral creature is so quick that it springs toward you before you even get to squeeze your trigger. That's not true, because you had the gun held in your hand, so you get plus 50 on your deck, so therefore you will fire first.
Okay.
And you're also at point blank range, which means you get a bonus die.
Which makes up for the penalty die I get for firing 3 times.
Yeah, exactly.
Sweet. Right. That is that's a success. Just one short of a hard success.
Okay, well, it's a success nevertheless.
Success is this is that's a hard success.
Okay, it's not an extreme, just a hard.
It's not extreme. It's so close to extreme. It's so close, and that is what the photon is going on. That's dice everywhere. That's a miss. So 2 successes.
Okay. 2 successes. So 3 shots ring out in the fading light. 2 of them hit their mark.
Or a total of 12 damage.
12 damage. Okay. The Karasiri is rocked back as one shot smacks it in the shoulder, in the left shoulder. It almost spins it round. And your second shot hits it in the groin. But you're shocked as the creature seems to ignore the pain of being hit with those 2 bullets at point blank range, and you just see its face contorted with bestial, inhuman rage as it launches an attack at you. Literally, it's just a knife has suddenly appeared in its hand from nowhere.
Oh, I'm liking those big numbers.
Lovely.
Anything that starts with a 90 is good with me.
Okay, you could have dodged if you wanted to, because it's a melee attack. But you can't. Well, you could actually fight back if you wanted to by hitting it with the gun. Do you want to do that? You might as well. There's no reason not to.
No reason not to.
You can dodge or fight back. So
I do that as with my brawl skill.
Yeah, you roll a. So he's rolled a fail. So as long as you get a success, then you would hit it.
Okay. I think I was looking at B for brawl, but it's F for fighting. Sorry.
It's okay.
I have rolled a success.
Okay. You rolled what is that, a 78?
78 is a success, yes.
Excellent. Okay.
I'm a hell of a fighter.
So you're the rock and I claim my $5.
Your success okay, so you successfully smashed the Karasiri on the side of the head with your gun. It was like a cudgel. I can't remember what cudgel does damage wise.
Would you like brass knuckles or blackjack?
Either. What do they do?
Brass knuckles is 1d3 plus 1 plus your damage bonus. A blackjack is 1d8 plus damage bonus. A nightstick is 1d6 plus damage bonus.
Okay, well let's go. I think we need to go with 1d3 plus 1 because I think it's not really designed to be used like this. So
no, that's fair.
So we'll go with that.
Plus my damage bonus. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So the 1d3. I've rolled a 1. Okay, so that's 2 because you said it was plus 1.
Yeah.
And
plus
then
your damage bonus.
My damage bonus. is another 1.
Okay.
I got 2 1s on 2d6. Unbelievable.
Okay. So how much damage was that in total? 2.
3.
3 damage. And what did you do originally? Can you just remind me what you were?
12.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. As the Karasuri lunges towards you, you at the last minute you step to one side and you bring the gun down on the back of its head with a dull thud. It sends it sprawling to the floor, face down in the dirt. It's not moving.
Can I shoot it again?
You can.
Thank you.
You don't need to do anything. You don't need to roll. You literally just put your gun on the back of its head and shoot it. Yeah.
I have 4 bullets left in my gun.
Okay.
I will use all of those.
You can't. You can use 3.
Well, you could use 3 and then use another one.
Then use another one.
Okay, so the rest of you can hear 4 more shots that ring out in the night, and then there's silence. You can hear nothing other than the horrible sounds below you and the wind above. Lex, you're breathing heavily. The body of the fallen character is running with its head completely, literally splattered everywhere.
Immediately regretting my adrenaline-fueled emptying all of the bullets out of my gun, I fumble to reload my gun.
Okay. As you do that, you can already see the destroyed skull of the Karasuri beginning to reform itself in your torchlight.
Oh, I need to get the gold out.
Who was coming up second?
Me, very fast.
Okay. Yeah, you're kind of hard. Well, you're about a quarter of the way up at the moment. I presume you would have just carried on coming up, even though you can hear the commotion above.
Oh no, I was trying to get up even quicker, but obviously,
okay.
It's Lex, and so therefore I didn't really need to.
Can you make either a strength or a climb roll, please?
I will go for.
It's not massively difficult, so unless you really balls it up, then you'll be okay. Okay.
I scoot up.
You do, with the sense of urgency. Indeed, you arrive at the top of the shaft to see Lex standing over the body of the fallen Karasuri. Blood everywhere. He's breathing quite heavily, and his eyes are wide.
If he hasn't started already, I'll go for his backpack to get the gold out.
Okay. Between the two of you, then you
Sit down, Lex. Yeah. I'll deal with this. Are you injured?
Sorry, Carol.
I was just checking he was not injured.
He doesn't seem to be any. There's no further injuries other than the previous ones that he's sustained from the grub.
Fine. Okay, I'll put the gold on the body and keep watch in case anything else pops out in the night.
Yeah. Jackson says, "I'll go next." Okay.
I have to make a dodge roll as he falls on top of me.
Right. So Jackson
gets like some sort of special sound effect for 100.
I have got some sound effects. Wow. They don't really fit with Cthulhu, to be honest.
Yeah, fair enough.
So Jackson gets halfway up the shaft and he's literally trying to get up so fast that you don't really know what happens, but he loses his feet on the side and loses his hands, and he literally just drops like a stone. So the rest of you, so Stanton and Jacob, you're below. You literally are still standing there as he drops. So what are you going to try and do?
How far is he dropping from? From right at the top?
About 30 feet.
Well, I was keeping watch.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, do you want to try and break his fall, or do you want to just dodge out of the way? You got 5 seconds. 5, 4.
Dodge out of the way.
Okay, make a dodge roll. 3, 2, 1. Right, you're just standing there then, Stanton.
There's armor. I fail.
Okay, you fail. Stanton, you try to dodge as well.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, come
on. Suspense is killing me. Oh
dear. Both of them took too long to decide. Okay, so you don't dodge either. Okay, so he literally comes crashing down on the two of you from the full height, which may be a bonus, a blessing in disguise in some ways. Stanton, you take 1 damage. Jacob, you took the brunt of it.
Ouch.
You're crushed against your 4 damage. You're crushed back. Oh. He more or less lands on you and crushes you as you're trying to get away. Like you fall, smack your shoulder quite heavily against the stone. Jackson comes off the worst of everybody there. He hits his head quite hard. He lies. You two kind of you're still moving, but Jackson kind of momentarily is lying motionless on the ground.
I'll run over and check him over, see if he's okay.
Don't think you need to run over. He's literally lying on top of you.
Yeah.
You push him off. He kind of begins to come around. You can see he's got quite a big cut on his head, and he looks like he's dazed, but yeah, he's still conscious. Oh, Jesus, what the hell happened?
I was going to ask you.
Oh,
Let me
such
take
a
that
rush
cut.
to get up there. Like, my hand just slipped, and sorry, I'm so sorry. He looks at Jacob, and you can see you're quite badly injured as well. You got like holding your shoulder, wincing in pain. I'm really sorry. Nothing like that's ever happened to me before. It's this place.
Yeah, it is. I think it's cursed, Jackson.
Well,
He's got blood running into his eyes now, and like it's like stinging.
treat his wounds, and then move over to Jacob. See what I can do.
You're going to do first aid on Jackson, are you?
Yes.
Okay. Make a roll then, please.
Jackson falls. Everybody dies.
Oh.
Anton finishes him off.
Success.
Okay. So using your, you're going to bandage the wound up on his head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Put some antiseptic on it.
Yeah. Okay. And that's cool. Right. So you've done as much as you can with Jackson now. He smiles weakly and thanks you for your efforts.
And I'll move over to Jacob.
Okay. Jacob's shoulder is quite badly bruised. It has got the surface of the skin hasn't really been broken, but he's got a couple of other cuts in different places as well. Okay, make a roll. 31 is that?
That's a hard success.
Okay.
Worried that it might be dislocated.
Bear with me a sec. Yeah, you gain 1 hit point back, Jacob. Stanton attends to some of your surface wounds and applies some salve to the shoulder, but there is. You don't think it's broken. It may. You don't think it's. Yeah, it's probably just badly bruised, is your assessment, Stanton.
Well,
Thank you, Stanton. That's a relief.
Yeah, of course. Think nothing of it. Right, the 3 of us fit to climb up.
Perhaps we should get the others to lower the equipment down.
Or tie a rope round one of you and then they can pull you up. Do that.
We could just stay here and wait for them to come back.
I'll look down.
But
Stay where you are, and we'll drop it down. Tend to your wounds.
Yeah, I've done that. Just don't want to sort of split up.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, whilst you were doing that, the other guys, you wouldn't have just been standing there because that would have taken you quite a long time to do that, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So, I guess you guys would have said that whilst you're watching them start to
Yeah, it
tend
would have
to
been
wound.
at least 10 minutes each person.
Yeah.
We could have gone and got the gear and been back by then.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what you intended to do then, yeah?
Yeah.
Just go to where the mules are.
Grab the gear and come back.
Are you going through the kind of the arched gate area, or are you going over the wall to get to the mules?
Over the wall, quickest route.
Okay.
Unless Lex feels differently.
No. Hold me go.
Okay. You're relieved to find the mules are actually miraculously still in the place that you left them. They're all tied, and it doesn't take you very long at all to recover the kits that you need. So it's just the spikes that you're taking.
Spikes, hammers. We need two sets of spikes, 2 hammers, and any additional rope.
Okay. Yep. So you're able to do that without any further encounters or undue events, and you're able to return to the head of the shaft whilst Stanton is just finishing up tending to Jacob. You gonna lay yourself back down?
Yeah, do you go first, Douglas?
Yeah. Can we take a ground sheet for a tent as well, or a couple of ground sheets?
Yeah, you can take that as well. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've taken all that stuff. You've got back to the head of the shaft now. I mean, you obviously can drop some of it down, the light stuff, if you need to. And you're going to go down. Lex has said you want to go down first. To you.
Oh yeah, fine.
Okay, so you can both go back down without any further issues. It's easy to lower yourself down.
Before the second one comes down, I'll ask: have you got the gold because you haven't dropped it down?
Good point. It was sitting on the corpse.
Well, that takes about 10 minutes, so I'm not going
Yeah.
to.
So by the time you've come back, the golden ward has done its job, and the carasserie is reduced to little more than just the colourful woolen clothing that it was wearing.
Yeah, I'll
And
put
dust.
that back in my bag.
And then you're going to go, okay, and you both go back down. So, Douglas, you go down first. Blex, you're a little bit nervous. You left up on your own for a while. Obviously, kind of I presume you're just shining your torch around still. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but nothing untoward happens. And then eventually you lay yourself back down. So you're all now back You're going to go down the kind of sloping corridor and get back down into the corridors below. Yeah.
I'm going to ask Lex and Douglas what the hell happened up there.
Well, one less carasserie, thanks to that.
Got to the surface and looked around. Luckily, there was nothing about, so it was safe for Douglas to come up. But I was wrong. I got jumped and surprised. Tried to stab me, but luckily his aim was off. But my aim was better.
Thank goodness for that,
At
Lex.
least your aim's better than my climbing.
Was
Well
it,
done, Lex.
Lex? Was it the second carasserie that we saw previously? The one in Peruvian dress.
Peruvian, yeah, brightly coloured clothes is all that's left up there after the gold bar.
Well, at least that accounts for the two we've seen, although we don't know whether there are any more.
Did you get injured or
Right.
escape
No,
without
no.
a scratch?
Didn't manage to land a blow. I'm happy to say.
Well done, Lex.
Yeah.
Thank
Let's
you.
get this job finished, gentlemen.
Okay, so you head down back into the tunnels below. And what are you doing from there? Did you say you were going to split up?
Yeah, we are.
We need to get those reed mats to try
I
and-
bought these ground sheets. Thought we could use these because they're bigger.
Okay.
Okay, so those ground sheets. So who's going to go on the eastern side over here then? There'll be two on that side, or two. I presume there's two and three. So
Me and Lex.
Yeah.
Hang on, do we? Yeah, okay. I was going to say, how are we going to approach this? Because someone is going to start from one side and hammer in a couple of. I mean, it's a 7-foot gap, isn't it? So really, you need a couple of pins at 2 or 3 feet apart to be able to.
how are you going to hammer in the spikes over where the pit is? Oh, sorry, where the fat is, because you're not going to be able to.
Well,
I think you have to lean out a little bit to hammer in one from the edge, and then
get onto it and
Yeah.
hammer.
Well, I would say is hammer in a low one that you can stand on, hammer in a high one further on that you can hold onto with one hand whilst you hammer in a low one underneath it.
Yeah. Okay.
What about getting the higher ones in first, one on each side of the pool, and put a rope between the two, so at least you've got something to hold on to from the top.
Yeah,
and you could even tie onto it.
I think we
Whoever's
should
doing it.
We should also have a rope on the person who's going across, so that they can maybe leap.
Yeah.
So they've got 2 hands. They might have 2 hands free, and they can just stand on there.
And if the worst happens and they slip, at
They
least
can be pulled out.
Yeah.
we can pull them out.
Okay.
Who's going
We
to do
have
this,
a-
gentlemen? I was going to volunteer, but my arm is. I can barely move it after
Well,
the incident.
who is the lightest?
Well,
who would be the nimblest?
I think it's probably me, gentlemen. And as I say, I used to do some climbing in my youth. I'm not a patch on what I used to be, but I just don't think I'm up to it at the moment.
I've never
Yeah,
climbed in my life.
I did a bit as well. I wouldn't call myself an expert climber, but messing around in trees and climbing over some of the ruins on the estate.
Well, would you,
I would have done it myself, but I'm seeing double.
Stanton? You're saying that you can
Oh.
climb.
A little bit. I mean, sounds like Jacob, you're much more provisioned.
Yeah, he's also looking very injured.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
You think that your best two are probably the ones that have got are potentially Jackson and Jacob, and both of them don't look particularly good at the moment.
Yeah, if I fall in, then you can split my med kit between you.
Well, if you fall in, we'll drag you out
Yeah.
and then use your med kit on you.
Okay, so I think what we want to do is hammer spikes in the walls, and then we could tie the ropes around them, try to tie them off so they don't slip, so it's tight as possible. And then using the rope and leaning out, hammer spikes in the wall. Should we go for the outside wall? It's blocks, isn't it, rather than rough hewn?
Yeah, blocks.
So if we hammer the spikes in the joints, because otherwise we won't be able to get it through the rock.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to hammer the spikes on one side. Who's doing it on the other one then?
It's going to be me and.
Okay.
But we
Right,
don't
okay.
need to. We don't need to do them all the way. We just need to do them to fix a point for the rope.
Just need
Yeah.
one on the far side. We just need one. But on the near side, we're hammering them in to make handholds and footholds.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
sort of
okay.
steps to go across.
Okay, so I'm happy with that. So what I need for it to happen then is, so Stanton, you're doing it on one side, and Douglas, you're doing it on the other. Yeah. So just to put the spikes in, can you make a?
Oh, sorry. Before we do this, we've put the tarpaulins or the ground sheets down on top of the flat pool immediately next to the wall.
Yeah,
Okay.
one on both sides so that we cover the whole thing.
Yeah, that's fine. That actually works really well. Yeah. Okay.
And if the ground sheets and tarpaulins don't reach, they're not long enough, we'll have to somehow join them together.
They should
Okay.
be all right. It's
I
15
think
foot, isn't it? So,
Yeah, that should be more than enough.
Size
So
tents
what I
we've
want
got.
you to do then is I need you. It's not really climb. It's more kind of dexterity more than anything else. So I want you to make a dex roll, both of you, Douglas and Stanton.
Mike, do I need to climb to do this, or you saying to hammer them in?
No, this is just the whole process. Just a dex.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, just a dex roll, and I'm just having a look at this. Yeah. I'm looking at a straight dex roll just to be able to do
Okay.
both, i.e., hammer them in and not fall in basically.
Okay.
Okay.
So we've got the tarpaulins there,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
ground sheets there across,
Yeah.
covering the pond.
Yeah. No, did you say you were securing anybody with ropes and stuff like that?
I suggest we secure both
ropes.
of you with ropes, and then if the worst happens, we can pull you out.
Yep.
Okay. So we've got who's on the side with Douglas?
Lex.
That's me.
Okay, so Lex, you've got the rope. So if Douglas falls in, you're going to pull him out, and then we've got Jackson, and we've got the two injured. So we've got Hart, which is great because the two halves make a hole on the other side.
Perfect.
Or maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe we need four of us to.
And just remind me again how you're going to do it. You're going to do the low one first.
I think the high one first, actually. So
yeah, we
so
want
just-
to secure the top rope first.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the rope that we hold on to.
Well, actually, I don't even need to lean out. I can just set that. I
you
can
can
put
just-
I
yeah,
can put
you
it in as far back as I like. It's only to tie it
Yeah.
off.
Okay. Right. Because of your considered approach, I will give you a bonus die each on your dexterity roll as well.
Excellent. Thank you.
So I don't know who wants to go first.
Yeah, that's a pass. I don't even really need to do a.
You don't need your bonus die. And
don't need
Stanton,
to, but I will.
you did.
Oh.
You didn't. You got an 0-1 then, Simon.
Yeah.
You
So I got a pass on my first one.
Okay.
And then
So
it's
you-
D10.
So Douglas, you've got a critical success. So you not only do you do it really easily, but your spikes are hammered in perfectly, really solid. Everything is really, really exactly how you want it to be. So whoever is going to have to use your side of the whoever's doing it on that side is going to be a lot kind of stabler.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Stanton, you rolled
Yeah.
39 and then a 99. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't fall in and you get everything in as you want. So you've now got all of the spikes in the places where you want them, affording you the ability to what's the next plan? And go across. Two people go across and try and
No, just one. So we're going to
just one.
throw. We've got the rope. We'll throw the rope across.
yeah.
Tie it off on both sides. And then Stanton will use that to support himself whilst
Yeah.
standing on the other.
Spike at the bottom.
Yeah.
So have
Okay.
spikes at the bottom as footholds.
Yeah.
Spikes at the top as handholds. but before then we have the rope, which is like a hand rope going across the top
Okay.
at height, and I'll sort of loop my arm around that,
Mhm.
and then meanwhile also have a rope tied around my middle, one end thrown over to Douglas and Lex,
We're idiots. We're
one
idiots.
end.
Who's got the gold?
Lex
Lex.
normally has
Lex.
it. So
Yeah, he's on the wrong sides of the pool. We
Uh,
have to throw it over, or
I'll just walk back round.
or tie it onto a bit of rope and pull it across, as long as it's out of the fat.
Okay. Right. So I'm right in saying that it's going to be Stanton who's going to try and put the gold back into the wall, yeah, and hammer
Yeah.
it back in. Okay.
Yeah.
so we'll study the seal
Mhm.
that's intact, and how is
Yeah.
that attached to the wall?
There's a big groove, like crevice, that's cut into the
Oh,
wall.
okay.
So it's essentially just pushing it into the crevice and then probably hammering it in to make sure it goes in properly. Because all they've done is just lever it out.
Yeah, and then it snapped.
Yeah. So what's happened is that whoever constructed this place, they've chiseled a groove into the wall and then they put the gold into it.
Mm.
So it's fairly easy. Well, not easy, but it's certainly definitely doable to push it back in. But obviously, it's probably moved over time. So that's why you probably have to you will have to hammer it, stop it just dropping back out again.
Mm.
Okay. So you're going to attempt to do that now, then, yeah? And you're tied off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I also need to. So the rolls that we did earlier, did that include hammering spikes
yeah, that's
into the
everything.
wall over the pool?
That was all the preparation work that you've done. So that you've done all that correctly. So because of the fact that Douglas got a critical success, he not only what he's done, but also using under his guidance with his inspiration during that you've managed to actually fashion something that looks really, really fit for purpose. So I'm going to give you to actually be able to do the whole job using what you've already done and hammering the gold as well. I'll give you a bonus die on. Again, another dexterity check.
Okay.
I'm giving you a bonus die because of the exceptional preparation work.
And I'm giving you 2 sets of crossed fingers.
Okay.
Okay, so Douglas,
Right.
sorry, Stanton, you're now in place. The rest of you hold your breath as Stanton, using the spikes, gets himself into position where he begins to ease the gold. As you touch the wall, you can feel that ever so slightly that there's kind of a vibration from beyond the wall. And also, Stanton, now that you're closer to the wall, you can actually hear what sounds like a horrible kind of squishing sound from beyond.
Okay. I will try to ignore all of that.
You dread to
Just
think
focus.
what it is that's making that noise, but you focus on the job in hand.
Okay. Would you like that all-important roll?
Hold on a second, I'm just checking. Yeah, I want you to make a dexterity roll first, and then I want you to make a mechanical repair roll as well to make sure that you don't absolutely balls up the attempt to put the gold back in.
Sure about that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Right. Here comes the dex roll.
Okay. Excellent. That's a success, isn't it?
Yes.
36.
It's a normal success.
Okay, well that's fine. That's all you need. You don't really need anything more than that because you haven't fallen into the fat, which is the main object of the exercise.
Yeah.
So, but as far as mechanical repair roll goes, as long as you don't roll really badly, then you should.
Thank you for that.
Okay.
No pressure, but here we go.
Oh dear.
No.
It's not really my forte. Mechanical repair.
No, but that's why I'm saying it's not something that's really 37. Is that?
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
Okay.
Okay, that's good enough. That's good enough, Stanton.
Right.
You place the ward back into its groove, and suddenly, as you do so, the rest of the gold just seems to glow, but a lot brighter than it was previously. Everything glows, and you're surprised as you kind of almost stand back. You kind of shield your eyes from it because it looks like it's so bright, whereas before it was completely covered in all sorts of deposits. Now that the golden ward has been made good, the magic has obviously been reinforced, and you suddenly hear a deep rumble in the earth as what are you going to do?
I'm trying to reverse, not
You're going
back
to what?
away from. I'm trying to reverse and go back to the side that I came from.
Okay.
I do not want to fall into this pool, whatever's happening.
You make your way as fast as you can back across the apparatus that you've rigged up, and not only does the gold glow bright, but as the rumbling gets louder, the rest of you can feel the everything around you sort of like shaking now, and you can see small bits of rock dropping from the ceiling.
We need to get out.
I think we do. You go
Can we
for
go-
the far tunnel, the far chimney. We'll go for the one behind us.
What about the
Right.
treasure room?
Don't worry about that now. We'll go back for it when the settles.
All right.
Getting out.
Okay. Suddenly you hear a terrible sound from beyond the wall.
Run.
Okay, you're running. As you begin to run around the corner, suddenly everything goes quiet. The horrible alien sounds that you heard previously have vanished. There's nothing. Even the flies have gone.
Is it not shaking anymore?
No.
Okay.
I'll slow
Gentlemen.
down.
Let's go back.
The golden wards that you've gone around the corner now, and on either of you running around, the golden wards are lustrous and shiny. All of the all of the kind of the calcification and other mold and lichen that was over it has disappeared, and it shines brightly. You can see all of the odd symbols that were carved into this when it was first inlaid. It looks as if the gold has literally just been placed in the wall. It is that bright and lustrous, and you feel like a kind of strange repression has been lifted from this place. What did you say you were going to do, Jacob?
I'm going to encourage everyone. Let's go back via the treasure room. I think the danger seems to have subsided. I think, gentlemen, we've done our job.
Well, with whatever is within the pyramid seems to be subdued, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there isn't still Karasuri on
Okay.
the roam.
Well, where are we now? Are we on either side of the pool?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the two on that
ends in
side,
corridor.
and then the other three on
Yeah,
that
we
side.
wandered back. We should just let's just go round and meet up in the treasure room, as you said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Pay attention just in case there are still things around.
Okay, so you cautiously head back towards the treasure room, where you meet, and the room is very much as you left it.
Gentlemen, we should probably.
Start loading up.
Well, I look at Jacob, pick the highest value items because we can't carry it all.
Hmm.
And I also suggest that once we have taken everything we can, that we use the dynamite to destroy the chimneys so that it's impossible or incredibly difficult for anybody to get back into the tunnels to break the gold free again.
What if the dynamite breaks the warding?
No, I
Yeah.
was going to say for the chimneys that are far enough away, because isn't there like a 60-foot, that's 60-degree chute, isn't there? You go down and then there's a slide.
Yeah.
If we can destroy that entrance, just collapse that entrance, so like half a stick or something like that. But we can't risk somebody else coming back here at a subsequent date and breaking the seal again.
We could always drop a stick down, say 10 foot on a rope, and let it explode 10 foot down just to destroy the upper part of the chimney and hopefully do as little damage as possible.
Just collapse it
to the base. Yeah. Anyway, I'll start loading up gold and as I'm doing it, I'm just appraising things as best I can to select the most valuable items.
You notice that there's such a massive disparity in the age. You think some of them are like pre-Columbian items, they range in age all the way up to to modern day, like watches and jewelry that could have been taken yesterday from somebody in Lima, for example.
Victims.
Absolutely.
I think the most important stuff is the order stuff.
Well, I'm just going to take the most valuable stuff.
Yeah, and that's fine. So I factor that in. So under your kind of guidance, you're just going to take what you can all carry, and what appears to be the most valuable. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do some ferrying as well back to the mules.
Yeah. Are you going to use the mules as well? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Can I get you to make an appraise roll then, please, Jacob? give me an idea as to how effective you are?
That is a hard success.
Awesome. Okay, that bodes well for your bank balance in the future. Then I would say your credit rating. Okay, excellent. So under well,
I got a 3 on my appraisal.
okay. So between the two of you, you
We start arguing about
Yes.
which is most
Oh,
Oh,
valuable.
no, that's a critical success for me.
okay. So I think it's fair to say that between the two of you're absolutely adept at selecting the best items. Yeah, okay. And then you're gonna make journeys back and forth to the mules then, or what are you gonna
Yep.
do with that?
Oh well, unless we bring the mules to us. What do you think? Do we bring the mules in?
We could
It
just
seems
deposit everything at the top of one of the chimneys and then get
Yeah.
everything out first and then
we'll
gradually ferry them.
Yeah, we'll ferry it.
Do we
Yeah,
think we're
the-
safe? Do we think we're safe enough while we're loading up down here for someone to start rigging up some of the dynamite?
Let's do that. Let's not split
Okay,
up. Let's
all right, we'll
wait
stick
till-
together
wait till
then,
finish,
yeah.
Yeah, basically empty the treasure out to the top. It's the open tunnel that we're using. So that's where
Yeah.
the treasure is.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
then
not
just-
far from the wall, and with the mules on the other side of the wall.
Oh, bring the mules round to there on the
Well,
outside.
yeah.
Yes.
Get everything up the nearest chimney first. Accumulate it all up top, and then we'll stick together and perhaps bring the mules around to pick it all up.
So
Yeah.
which chimney are you getting it? This one here, is it?
No,
Yeah, closest one to
the
Okay, the open one, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm reticent to bring the mules anywhere near that pit.
No, I wasn't going to. I was going to bring them round north and then across the top to there. Can you see where I'm pinging?
Yeah.
Just the open area. Yeah.
Pop it all over the
I
wall.
didn't really want to bring them through the gate.
No, I think we're just going to go over the wall.
Okay. And I'm assuming that the plan is to kind of do everything as a group then, rather than.
Yeah, we're not splitting up.
And Darren, with those items, I know Jacob and Douglas are doing their stuff. I'm looking for anything of archaeological significance. It may not be particularly valuable, but if it's interesting, that's
Yeah,
my
absolutely.
focus.
Okay, can you make a roll on that one for me?
That's where I get Andrew.
Ooh, storm in it.
Okay, everybody
Oh,
is experts in their field.
it's hard.
Are experts in the field. Okay, righty ho. So Lex, you just take some nice stuff that looks pretty.
No, I'm just waiting to be told what to carry.
Yeah, we don't need the mules because we've got Lex to do it. Okay, so you're basically just going to try and load up the mules as much as you can.
Yeah.
Okay. What about What about the stuff that you've already got on the mules? Because you remember when you came here, then it was quite difficult to get them down that particular path because you had to unload everything.
All the gear that we would have needed for exploration and such like, we can just dump. We don't need that.
We have things like picks and shovel where we carry that because we won't need that anymore.
No,
Nothing.
Literally all we need is camping gear and tent. Food.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And the quicker and lighter we can move, the better. As soon as we're out.
Okay. So you're just going to get rid of all the stuff that you don't, all that kind of expedition stuff that you didn't actually need in the end anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with that, should we dump that down one of the chimneys and then put rubble on top of it? So like this open chimney here, we can just
drop it all down, and then when we detonate it, we can.
Well, this one's been opened, so and there are stones about. So we just throw those down.
Okay. So you're going about your business, getting everything up to the top, and then so you're planning on getting everything up the top. How are you going to do that? Just climb up the rope with it all?
Keep doing that. We'll put
it in bags
or tie it in a bag and pull it up on the rope.
We should always have one person on watch at the top and one at the bottom.
Yeah, and then two people operating the rope.
Try and get two at the top, I think.
Yeah, if Douglas and I at the top, I can pull whatever's in the bags up on the rope, and Douglas can keep his eyes peeled.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds like a good plan. Okay, right. So you go about that as a plan. Douglas, can you make a spot hidden roll, please?
Well, yes, I can.
Absolutely, Douglas. Lex,
That's critical, actually.
exactly that. So Lex is busy. Lex is busy doing his bit, i.e., pulling the stuff up out of the at the shaft, and suddenly you become aware of a figure standing behind you. Suddenly, standing in the main gateway, is a languid figure, hands on knees, struggling for breath. Baggy green suit, soiled and ripped beyond saving, greasy lank hair smeared across his face, and bare feet blooded to the bone.
Oh, Larkin.
He's got no shoes.
Okay, he kind of staggers forward in through the gate. He looks at you as he moves. He looks like he can barely stand. What are you going to do? You're obviously about 40 feet away from it.
Okay, I'll motion to Lex. Lex, over there, Larkin. I've got my pistol out anyway. I'll call down to everybody else saying, Larkin's here. Make your way up.
Larkin staggers forward to kind of towards the two of you. He lifts his head and flashes an anemic smile. It seems you left without me.
Seems you found us.
What happened? Why? I don't understand. After I paid for you all to come here.
I think it's because we thought you might be the sort of psychopath who walked 2 days with no shoes. Augustus, what?
I trusted you and you betrayed me. You're no better than that beastie Mendoza.
You mean the Mendoza who you were keeping in the back of your truck? You knew what he was.
What is this insanity? Anyway, we are here now. What have you found? He sees some of the stuff that you've been pulling up there. At the very least, you can share the treasure with me. It is, after all, my expedition.
Very well. There is enough here for everyone.
I'm going to climb up.
You can start climbing up.
Did he not seem to know what I meant when I said about De Mendoza in the truck?
You kind of just brushed it off.
I've got my gun down, but I'm ready to aim it at him if he does anything untoward.
Am I in the middle of pulling something up, or am I hands free?
Well, you were in the middle of pulling something up, but you turn round. I presume that you stopped pulling something up on that basis.
Yeah, because I told you before he came up.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Fine. So my hands are free.
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay, 1 second. He looks at he says, yes, it is my treasure. It is mine. And he looks at you very oddly.
I'm not looking him in the eye. I'm going to stare at his stomach.
Why did you do this to me? Why? Please tell me, what had I done?
You were in league with the Karasiri, whether knowingly or not. Tell me, Larkin, do you feel different to how you have done over the past few months within the last hour, 2 hours or so? Do you feel any different?
I do not understand the question. It is a silly question. Of course I feel different. I have walked for days across the highlands. I am exhausted to the point of death. And it is all because of you. I had done nothing. You have no honour. No honour.
Well,
where is the bar? Where is the bar? Where is the gold bar?
The bar is gone.
Where?
Gone forever.
I lost it.
You lost it. But there is more of it here. We must take it back. Those things there will be mere trifles. But the more of the bar that we can take, the more famous we will be. We will be able to. Museums across the world will want to see those. You must go back down and bring those up.
No,
I will forgive you if you do. I will forget everything.
These are all the treasures that we are taking. The gold is not for us.
Can you both of you make a power roll, please?
Nope.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
How far away is he?
About 20 feet away.
Am I topside yet?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
You're kind of about halfway up.
I'm waiting my turn, and then hopefully Jesse too.
Look, please, just do as I ask. It is the one thing that I ask of you. It is
And
the
what
only
is that?
thing. The bahars. We must. Taking this stolen gold back is not. It's not going to make us famous, is it?
I do think getting the gold from downstairs might be a good idea. I think we should go get it back.
I raise my pistol and shoot Larkin 3 times.
Okay. Roll.
Point blank, isn't it?
Hold on, I said it's 20 feet away. So is it point blank for you?
Yeah,
No,
I've checked that.
no, it's not.
No, it's not point blank. Anyway,
No.
my gun just
Gun jam.
my gun jammed.
Malfunctioned. Okay. That's not good, is it?
No, it's just stuck. Click.
Okay. Larkin's kind of his posture changes. In response to this, his body stiffens, almost like a puppet being yanked violently upright on invisible strings. Suddenly you realise that his eyes are completely black and his lips curl with malice.
Okay, that's not good.
Enough.
No, that's really not good.
I grow tired of your interference. Yea, Nyarlathotep.
Can you make a con roll, please?
Fail.
You fail, okay. Lex, you see Douglas thrown back by an invisible force. He must be pushed back at least 10 feet and then kind of smacked onto the ground, and he doesn't move. What are you going to do?
I'd like to rush forward and launch a haymaker at Larkin.
Okay. You rush forward, and you can do that.
I can give you a critical success.
Okay, well, Larkin is going to try and dodge, as you probably would guess.
Yeah.
But he does not. Okay, so critical success with a punch is maximum damage, isn't
Maximum damage. Okay, that's 9. I promised a haymaker.
I hope you push him back more than 10 feet.
it? Okay, you punch him, and he looks at you with his his eyes are staring, pupilless black
Eyes. He says, "You fool. Do you think you can hurt me?"
Again, he suddenly kind of pushes his fist towards you. He doesn't hit you with it, but it kind of makes a pushing, punching motion, and you feel like a force smash you in the chest. Can you make a con roll, please?
That's failed.
Okay.
And yes, I did think I could hurt him.
Okay. You are thrown back as well. You immediately pass out, and you're thrown back about 15 feet. Hold on a second. 60 minus. Just checking. No, actually, you're not. You're not thrown back because you're so big. You just the force smashes you and just knocks you to the ground, but you're not actually thrown back any distance. But you do fall unconscious immediately. Okay. Jacob, you don't really hear what's going on, other than obviously you heard this horrible voice, and you're going to poke your head above the shaft as you're climbing up.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, I'm coming out anyway.
Okay, you just as you do that, you literally see Lex fall to the ground with Larkin, the shoeless Larkin, standing there, looking completely different how you saw him previously, and he turns with a smirk, and you see his black eyes staring at you.
I'm going to shoot him.
Okay, you got
3
your gun
times.
ready. Right, roll.
That's a hit.
Okay.
That's a. What's that?
That's an impale.
That's an impale.
Okay.
That's an impale.
Right. Okay. That's maximum damage. Then another damage as well afterwards.
And that's a miss. So
Okay.
an impale and an ordinary hit.
Okay. The impale damage is maximum damage plus another damage roll.
So it's
So roll that
1d8.
first.
So it's 8 plus 3. So 11.
So 11. Okay,
And
and
then
then the
the-
other one.
7. 18.
Okay, both of your bullets find their mark. You shoot. You aim true at Larkin's head, and his head is yanked back and just collapses to the ground violently.
Well, I'll go and check Lex and Douglas and shout down the chimney to everyone to get up here quickly.
Okay, you check Lex and Douglas.
Well, I'll look for whichever one looks most badly injured and start with them.
Okay, you go over to them. You realise that neither of them look badly injured. In fact, as you tend to them, you realise they're just unconscious. They've just been knocked out, and you're able to kind of gently bring them back round. Both of you can't really remember. You remember seeing Larkin, but after that, you can't really remember what happened.
I'll reload the gun while I think about it.
So can I get all of you three to make a sanity roll, please? That will determine whether you can remember what happened or not.
Like I've very, very failed my sanity roll.
You failed your sanity roll. Okay.
I succeeded.
Not as badly as I did.
Oh yeah, those
Okay,
are
so
some
you-
big numbers.
Right. Okay. So you succeeded. So your mind is kind of dealt with it somehow.
Well, I saw a bit less, didn't I think?
Yeah. Exactly. You just you saw. Whereas Douglas, you lose 2 points of sanity, and Lex, you lose 2 points of sanity.
Okay.
Even worse. But you're both now conscious.
With no recollection beyond.
And as you can't. You don't really have a recollection as to what happened. No, you don't. You just remember seeing Larkin, and that's it. And actually, now that you're you kind of look back over your shoulder, Jacob, you can see that the Larkin is actually moving.
Oh, God.
You can hear like a.
Gentlemen, Larkin's back. He shouldn't be coming back after what I just did.
Shoot him again.
Okay, you stand up, Jacob, and you notice that as you level the gun at him, and you know he's lying on his back, and he's just lifting his head up. You notice that all his clothes are ripped and destroyed from his travels. That his kind of sickly pallor and the black veins have gone, and the tattoo that he had on his chest, even though you can still see it, it's almost like it's faded. And his eyes that were deep sunken before and sallow, they now look like they look different. What are you going to do? He looks at you, and it's almost like for the first time, the pain that you all used to see in his face is gone.
I'm going to train the gun on him and aim it, and just pause a little just to see what happens next, covering him with the gun.
Okay. He says, "Thank you. He has gone, and I am free at last from her betrayal."
Don't move, Larkin. Stay exactly where you are.
His head drops. Blood's pouring out of his head. He's dead. He shouldn't have still been alive with the wounds that you've inflicted on him, but he's certainly gone now.
He was possessed by something. What?
The rest of you are up now. Adam, you're up. What the hell happened?
What the hell happened, Lex? Douglas? I heard someone. It wasn't you. It wasn't Larkin. It wasn't Lex. Who was it?
I don't know. I saw Larkin coming towards us, and the next thing I remember is you waking me up. I looked down. My gun is on the floor. Pick it up. I don't think I fired it. I've no idea.
It looked as if Larkin attacked you both by the time I got up here.
How could Larkin have attacked you both? I mean,
And you shot him.
He must have done something to us to knock us out. So I don't really remember talking to him. He must have snuck up on us.
Maybe he used that hypnosis, the hypnosis that he, but use it to knock us out.
Yeah.
What did you?
Surprise.
So, Jacob, you shot him.
I did. It looked as if he'd bested the two of you. I didn't waste any time.
it was the right thing to do. How the hell did he get here? I mean,
Driven by something.
I'm going to gingerly walk over to Larkin, my pistol levelled, and bend down next to him, inspect his wounds.
okay, well, you obviously see that he's got looks like his jaw. He's got like a massive bruise on his jaw. He's got half his head is kind of blasted away. But the rest of him looks actually different to how you saw him before. Like I said, all those veins, all those black veins, and all the symptoms of the illness that you saw in him before, and even that horrible odor that you smelt. There's no trace of that now either.
Is his tattoo still there?
His tattoo's there, but it's faded. Really, it's hardly visible.
And you said that the black veins have all gone, have they?
They've all gone. Yeah.
Are his eyes back to? Well, he's probably only got one eye left. Is his eye back to normal?
Yeah, his one eye's open and staring into the. But yeah, the black eyes are no longer there.
I'll check his pockets. Got any documents?
He has nothing at all on him whatsoever. Absolutely nothing.
Not even shoes.
Not even shoes. It shouldn't have actually been physically possible for him to make it anywhere near where here with that, especially in his physical condition and the fact that he's wearing no shoes.
It may well, it's for the best that he's dead, because we can't let anybody else know about the location of this place. And
No.
perhaps come looking for the gold. We need to steal this.
We do. We need to finish the job.
It's all been a bit weird, and I don't think a few weeks ago I would have even suggested this, but do you think Larkin knew about the pyramid, or do you think whatever possessed him knew about the pyramid?
Maybe a bit of both.
It does feel like he was being used as a vessel, doesn't it?
Maybe he was an innocent pawn, a puppet.
Oh yeah, maybe he did start off as an innocent explorer and then found.
I don't think he was. I don't think he was entirely innocent, gentlemen. I think he'd done things or experienced things which brought him into contact with whatever it was.
Yeah, his life in Africa.
Something happened, didn't it? Something happened in Africa. He spoke of the cult and all sorts. I mean, we can discuss this later. Let's just
let's get cracking on. Have we got everything up? Let's
most of the stuff.
Make a big boom, the better.
Yeah, and prepare the dynamite.
Okay.
And Larkin, should we bury him here, cover him in stones?
No, put him down. Put him down one of the chutes, and then.
Yeah.
You're not really sure what time it is in the morning, but obviously there is light, but it's really early in the morning because you've been
I'm not feeling tired.
Yeah.
Too much adrenaline.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So you're going to carry on with your job and then bury his body. Well, kind of put some stuff over him.
Well, I was going to put his body down one of the chutes, and then it'll collapse on him when.
Okay. So your plan is to use the dynamite at the top of the chutes.
Yeah. Just
to collapse those in, but not risk damaging the integrity of the pyramid. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. As you finished loading your mules with treasures, and you're just preparing the dynamite. You said previously that you also had one person watching, so I'm assuming that's
going to be me. Okay. Yeah.
The reason why that wouldn't be the case. You suddenly see a feral, ragged, barely human creature climbing the rocks. Comes over the top of the last rock and staggers forward towards the entrance to the compound here. Okay. It stops. It stops in the entranceway, and it kind of it looks around. It looks around desperately, seeming confused, and it throws itself to the ground almost in supplication to something invisible. And then Douglas, before you raise your gun or before you can do anything, it just crumbles into dust.
Oh. Gentlemen, you're not going to believe what I just saw.
Given the last week, yes, I probably will.
Yes, fair point.
Tell me it's a travelling pina colada vendor.
Pisco sour, please.
Yeah. Karasiri, some kind of humanoid creature just tried to come through the gateway, and it crumbled to dust as it came through, which tells me that this place is now protected.
Maybe this is the best place to sleep.
It may well be. If they are being drawn back here, or maybe they're coming back here to feed whatever's ever in the pyramid. Every time they come through, they'll be destroyed, and with any luck, we will have ridded the whole area of Karasiri.
Okay, as you're talking, you can see over the edge of the plateau, the kind of the path that leads up to the gate. You can see two other figures, Douglas. You can see two other figures ascending the climb towards the plateau.
Well, guns out, everyone, and let's watch and see what happens.
Okay, the first one that suddenly halfway up the climb stops, and you see it kind of stand and looking horribly confused, and the next thing you know, it's vanished. It is little more than dust. It crumbles, and the second one, the one that's following it, gets further but doesn't quite make the summit. But before suddenly its arm falls off, and then its legs crumble from underneath it, and The last thing you see is this kind of helpless look as the whole of its existence crumbles and is blown, swept away by the wind.
So the power of the pyramid is extending.
Extending. Wow.
Maybe the whole valley
Hmm.
plateau will no longer be the place of famine.
Wow. I'm
Well-
overawed. We've done something amazing.
What
We've done
could have
something we didn't
imagined?
we didn't understand, but whatever it was, it worked.
Wow.
I hope that radiates across the entire world.
It isn't quite the trip we envisaged, gentlemen, but I think we can be proud of what we've done.
Well, it's not the adventure we were looking for, but we appear to have succeeded on many levels. We have the treasure that we sought and hopefully saved many lives, lifted a curse, unfortunately. Also opened our eyes to things that perhaps we didn't think could possibly exist in this world.
I'm hoping that nature can reclaim this place and vegetation can grow over it and hide it from prying eyes.
Well, we should finish our work and then leave.
Well, one thing that is now filling my mind is who had the magic and the power to create the golden seal.
Well, it was an ancient people, wasn't it? This is
pre-Columbian.
long before the conquistadors.
It seems that Naira's legends were more than that. There was, even though maybe the god that fell from the sky was, I begin to think of it, but it was more than just a story.
Well,
Maybe it was the natives' way of trying to explain these things. I don't think we have to worry about this place being disturbed again. The natives don't like it.
No. Well, hopefully the legends will keep it safe from the locals. But what if other people like us seek it out?
We can't do any more than what we've planned.
No. Well, let's finish our work and leave. I think I'm done with this place. I don't want to see it ever again.
Okay, you finish your work. You lay the dynamite at the mouth of each of the chimneys, and without risking any further damage below, you do blast the chimneys closed so that they are, well, it would be very difficult to navigate them without a significant amount of excavation. And then I presume once you've done that, you're going to head off.
We are.
Yeah, we'll make a good distance between us and the pyramid before we rest.
On the way back to Puno, you witnessed a number of similar events, or the aftermath of the same, as the remaining Karasiri flocked in panic toward the pyramid in the final throes of their abominable existence. The source of their dark power had been cut off, leaving them confused, desperate and helpless, to literally blow away in the wind, leaving no evidence that they were ever more than the fanciful creations of native folklore and legend of the type that any right-minded man would immediately disregard. Returning to Puno, you were pleased to find Naira the Yatiri not only still alive, but back in her house and free of fear. The shadow over her community banished. With your newfound wealth, you decided to take the shorter drive and far more comfortable steamer journey from Malendor back to Lima, where you checked in again to the Hotel Mori and organised steamship passage back to New York.
This sours all round, I think.
I'll have
And
a
now, as you all enjoy a farewell drink with Jackson Elias in Bar Cordano, Pisco sours in hand, a warm Pacific breeze in your face, and surrounded by locals engaged in joyously animated conversation, it is easy for the events of the last week or so to feel like little more than a disturbing dream. Yet a dream it certainly was not. And as conversation falters from time to time, you cannot help but notice that something in your companions has changed. Betrayed by the occasional haunted look, preoccupied silence, or troubled stare, you are all sure that your lives will never quite be the same again. Jackson raises a glass. Here's to us. It's all about the team. Alex?
cheers. Down the hatch all.
Cheers, gentlemen.
To us, gentlemen. Thank you.
I'm going to hang around for a bit here. I've got a few loose ends to tie up with the Professor Sanchez. So, safe journey. Say, why don't you all scribble your addresses down for me and I'll keep in touch. I'm planning on writing this whole escapade up for my book, minus a few of the more unbelievable events, of course. I'll send you the first draft when I'm done.
I look forward to it, Jackson.
I hope to
Be
meet you again.
delighted to add it to the library.
He hugs you all and then says, I seem to still have this. He puts the mirror on the table. I think one of you had better look after it.
Look at Jacob.
Well, I'll look after it for us all.
I'll look you all up when I'm back in New York, but don't wait up.
We'll look forward to it.
He raises his hat and he walks out of the bar. The end.
Thank you so much for sticking with us for this prelude adventure of Master Nyarlathotep. In Season 2, we'll be back to New York, and ready to start the main adventure, an epic world spanner. Not just Peru, there'll be other places, but first, how about stick around for some bonus content, where we roll some dice and see if our characters got any better.
Wow, we survived.
I cannot believe that my gun jammed at that point. You couldn't have written it.
I can't believe that I made about the only shot I did in the whole game at that
In
point.
the head. Nice.
It's very, very dramatic.
Yeah, he hit it with a full-on haymaker, and he just turned around and went,
Nah.
Okay. So, firstly, well done. Very good.
No. Secondly, very well done, Darren. That was excellent.
Yeah, thank you. That was
Thank you.
fantastic. Really enjoyed that.
So, sanity.
Could take ages working out all the magic items, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, okay. So, for defeating Luis de Mendoza, you all gain 2 sanity points.
3.
Can
How
you
does
go
that-
over your
Yes.
your scarf?
right.
You can.
You can. Yeah.
Ooh.
Your maximum san is it's 99 minus your Cthulhu Mythos knowledge.
Okay. Oh, so 6.
Yeah. Okay. For defeating Larkin, everybody gets
Ooh.
4 sanity for that. And lastly, for restoring the wards on the pyramid and destroying the Karasiri, 1 on the D8. That's a bit sad. Anyway, that's an extra 1.
I felt like I felt better about it than that, but okay.
Yeah, me too.
Does that take our maximum sanity up?
Yes.
And are we now at maximum sanity, or
No, you can go above
No.
what you started at.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you add that
No,
to what your current one was, and then
Yeah.
they both move up to that level.
Yeah.
so if I was 1 below my maximum sanity, I'm now 1 below my increased maximum sanity, am I?
No, your maximum your maximum san is 99 minus your Cthulhu Mythos. So everybody has a maximum sanity of 99. What you start with is it's just your current sanity. So you
Right.
can just
So, for
You can
example,
ignore that. You can ignore that from
Okay.
now on.
Fine. Yep. Got it.
yeah. My
No.
starting sanity was 50. My current sanity now is 54.
Yeah, exactly. You feel because you can there's no maximum sanity other than the 99 minus Cthulhu Mythos. You just keep going up.
1 on a D8. That's shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind.
Can we go back and defeat him again?
You could do, but I think that might be a bit silly. And in terms of
Ooh,
cash,
Can I heal myself back up to 12?
you'll all be up. Over the course, obviously, when we start the next adventure, then there'll be a time lapse. So everybody will be healed, and Jacob, you'll be very pleased to know that your damage from the Karasiri is not permanent.
Phew.
So you will regain your abilities points that you lost from that
Oh, thank
particular.
God for that.
Okay, and then lastly, I just need to let you know about the money. It's all about the money.
We could open a speakeasy.
So you're each able to procure $5,000 worth of items.
Good chin.
Obviously, Jackson had his share as well.
Right, so I just put that as cash for now.
Yeah,
So
that's good. It's
5,000.
cash for now. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. I'll have a look at it. That might affect. Obviously, I'll have a look at how we deal with that. Whether we just keep it as cash, or whether we look at your credit rating stuff like that. But I'll look at that. But it is a not insignificant amount of money.
Yes.
5,000
Okay.
each.
Yeah, $5,000 worth of, which is the maximum that you could have possibly carried in with the mules. Okay, and so that is the end of part 1, end of the first chapter.
Yeah. I know we did sound quite cautious with the plan to get over the pool.
Hmm.
I think it was a good idea.
No, I think
Yeah.
cautious. We do everything we do has to be completely cautious. It's like not splitting up, planning, pumping as many bullets into things as we possibly can.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lots of
Yeah.
watch.
And then
yeah.
regretting it because you realise you've got no bullets left.
Yeah, well, there is that. Yeah.
Yeah. Right, okay. And the last thing that we need to do is the ticks.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah.
the excitement.
This is the fun bit.
You have to roll under your.
You have to roll over it, don't you?
Over it.
Yeah.
So
So that
it
means
wouldn't
the higher it is, the harder it is for it to go up.
So unless you roll over
Hey,
it,
that's what
you
she
don't
said.
get an increase.
No, that's terrible. Yeah, that's
No.
right. I'm just checking that now. Speak amongst yourselves.
Oh yeah, it says development phase improvement checks. For each checked skill, roll 1d100. If over
Yeah.
your skill or over 95, add 1d10 to your skill.
Okay, so we'll go with Lex first. So do you want to start? What's the first skill you got to tick on?
My first skill I got to stick on is fighting brawl. To no one's surprise, I have not improved that.
You're too good already.
Yeah. Then firearms handgun. Nope, didn't improve that. First
39.
aid. First aid. That is, for fuck's sake.
Get all low rolls now.
Yeah. So I need to get over it.
Yeah, you need to go over it. Yeah.
Yeah. Nailed it. Well
You got
under. Well under.
Oh dear. Is that it?
No, psychology.
Well, you got to get this one, surely.
I've got to get this one, yeah. Yay.
Really?
Over.
Okay, so you need to roll a d10 for that one, then see how many points you get on psychology.
4. Okay. Then spot hidden. Yeah.
Yes.
Needed that on brawl. Never mind.
D10.
So,
Handy one though, spot hidden.
yeah. Another 3 is nice. And then stealth. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, again, well over. On 4 for stealth.
Okay.
And that is me done.
Super. We'll go Jacob now.
First one's appraise.
Not surprising.
No.
Mm.
Second one, charm. No.
Ooh.
Third one, climb. I think I've got a better chance of this one. Oh,
A 2. Amazing.
that one up.
Oh, dear.
Dodge.
Oh yeah, you should have dodged, didn't you,
Yeah.
Lex? Did you not dodge it?
Oh, dodge. Yes. I
no,
just rolled. Yes.
You're-
So that's
you're-
the D10.
Yeah.
Lex is the man mountain. He doesn't
Two.
dodge.
Oh, he doesn't dodge, he stands.
No, you're right. I did have dodge. I started at F instead. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'll do it in a bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Firearms.
Oh, you didn't do your firearms either, did you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Oh,
did.
95.
Oh, that's
That's
definitely, yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So
Oh,
Eight.
blimey.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, that's what. Yeah, that's what you get for shooting people in the head.
yeah.
Yeah.
Listen. That's
Oh, he's
another.
fine now.
That's another yes.
Mm.
Ooh,
4.
4.
Locksmith.
Clockmaking, you mean?
No comments, anyone, please. That's a yes.
Excellent.
6.
6. Ooh.
Spot hidden. That's a no. And stealth. That's a no as well. Oh well.
Okay, good. All good.
That's-
So you need to, Lex, do the ones you missed.
So that is a yes to dodge.
Mm-hmm.
8.
Oh.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool. I'm much dodgier now. That's great.
Well, you have been
That's-
hanging around with us.
Yes. Yeah. That's
Who are
it.
those dodgy people you're hanging around with?
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
only one I missed. Yeah.
Right, okay, Stanton.
Okay. Archaeology.
Oh, well
Nice.
done.
2 fat ladies.
All right. You get to see the results Friday.
88.
6.
6.
It's like opening your
to Danny
Christmas
Boy.
presents for you, isn't it?
we operate an audible service for you. For the computer impaired of it amongst us.
Firearms handgun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 38.
Yay.
38.
Oh, yes.
38.
Did it.
What, with 38?
Yeah.
5.
Heat shit.
I'm better with a shotgun. Shooting pheasants.
Well, I should give you the sawn off.
Yeah. Although I'm now saying, what's that? First aid on a high number here, please.
32.
Nah.
Still competent with vinegar use.
Listen.
33.
Yes, that's enough.
Ooh,
Blimey.
8.
Persuade, obviously, from last talking to that little old lady. Just joking. Spot hidden is my last one.
34.
Yeah.
Okay, and then last but not least, Dougie boy.
Dougie. Dougie goes for appraise. Yes.
Wee.
Gets 8. Ooh, nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay. Next up is dodge. 3. No. Fast talk. No.
Boo.
Brawling. Yes. 3. 2. Firearms. No. Listen. Yes. 9. Ooh,
Nice one.
boy. And psychology. Yes. Well
Nice.
Oh, that's a good one, man.
2. Bollocks.
Boo. Wee boo.
And,
Is that it?
Nope. Spot hidden. Nope. And stealth. Yes.
It's useful.
2. Ah.
Oh well. That's a lot more. That's a lot more fun than just getting experience points sent to you in an email.
It
Isn't
is, isn't it?
It is, but also slightly disappointing when you roll shit.
Yeah.
Mm,
No one's
Don't
got a
worry.
skill to 90%, have they?
no.
Nope.
No,
The rules say you get 2d6 SAN if you get 90%.
that's right. You
Ooh.
do.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why you should. When you start at 89 on all your good skills.
So I just need to get a little bit better at fighting.
Yeah. You are
Yeah.
pretty, yeah.
So you're
I just
volunteering to go to the
All
front every time now.
No.
I'm not going on any adventures. I'm just going to stay in the library now.
I'm going to go to the
and
firing
read my
range.
books.
Oh, cool. Really enjoyed that. Thank you very much.
was
Yeah,
awesome.
that was brilliant.
Good.
I'm gonna
Good
retire
final
now.
session. Good final session. Yeah. Thanks for rolling the double O on the attack sign. That was added to the drama. So always appreciate that.
I'm devastated. I hope you don't
Yeah.
mind me trying to shoot him like that.
Absolutely not.
It,
No.
it seemed like the sensible thing to do because he was obviously bonkers.
Well, the
and-
fact that Lex started saying that it was a good idea to remove the bar it was pretty obvious that either.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also, he couldn't live because he would have told somebody about the location of the gold. So he couldn't. He couldn't be allowed to live.
You freed him though. You freed him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, actually, strictly speaking, Jacob freed his brains.
Exactly what he thanked. He thanked him for freeing him.
Yeah.
So. Excellent, good stuff. Enjoyed that. So
Really good.
right, that was the prologue finish. So and we'll start the actual adventure next week.
Awesome.
There we are, gripping. We got a little bit better at sneaking and hiding and all the other useful things. Once again, thank you so much for taking the time to download and listen to our silly little podcast. We will be back for Season 2, Master Nyarlathotep, presented by the Steady Rolling Man. Thank you, and goodbye.